When it comes to your coaching business, do you hate the process of selling your services? You feel bad about it, you feel guilty about it, you feel bad taking people's money, you feel like you're salesy, you feel like you have to be pushy, you think people are gonna be annoyed with you, they're gonna think, who are you to be charging this amount of money for your coaching services? Maybe people feel like they're getting ripped off, they're not getting what they paid for. You feel just like icky about it. Does that sound like you? Because I often hear this from coaches that they feel bad about selling their coaching services. And I want to talk about that today. I want to talk about why we feel bad, how we can really like the keys to changing this, because this will be huge for you. If you can feel good about selling your coaching services, that is everything. Because when we have weird, like icky energy behind selling, it will stop you from being able to be successful with your coaching business, okay? And so I want to talk about like the main things that really will allow you to shift this so that you feel good. You want to sell your coaching services. The energy behind it is really aligned. And like I said, that's going to make all the difference. So I want to start with the things that I really think about when I'm looking at selling a coaching package or a coaching offer, okay? So the first one is, I really think it's important to have good messaging, because when you're really specific about who you work with, what you help people with, and you present it in a way that people get it, they see the value in it, and they understand it, your messaging is really selling what you have to offer through your coaching services before you ever speak to someone. So before you ever have a sales conversation, before you ever do any sort of selling, it's really the messaging is selling itself, because you're speaking to someone who has a specific issue that you can help them with, and you can help them get the result they want. And that's why we buy anything. That's why we buy anything, any sort of product, any sort of service. It's because we have a problem that we want to solve, and that thing is going to help us solve the problem. And there we're seeing a value in it, and we're investing in something that we see value in, okay? So when you can show that you have something very valuable to offer, people are going to be happy and open and willing and excited to invest in it, okay? The next thing is really understanding your program or your package, or how kind of the process that you're going to be walking someone through. And this doesn't have to be really like step by step as far as first we do this and then first we do this. But I want you to understand what you are going to offer in your program as far as the tools you have to help someone reach the goal they want to reach, okay? And why this is so powerful. If someone goes through and they do, A, B, C, D, how is that going to transform them and allow them to reach the goal that they want to be reaching? And really, really understanding how powerful that is and the value behind it, okay? Because when you see that what you have to offer through your coaching can change someone's life forever, like this is a really big deal, right? Like this is more valuable than anything else that someone could spend money on. Like I can really stand behind this, and I obviously have been coaching for years and I see this, but I see how what I have to offer changes how they feel about themselves, changes how they feel about what they have to offer the world and how they can show up, and it changes someone's life, and not just right now, for the rest of their lives, okay? And I know for coaching that we all have something very valuable to offer, and that the offerings we have will change someone's life. And often not just that person's life, but everyone that person is connected to, their friends, their family, it really ripples out to everyone around them. And so it is very, very valuable. So when you start understanding this, it really changes everything. And like I said, this has changed for me really throughout the years. Like the more experience we get and the more we see this, the more your confidence grows and you can really stand behind it. In the beginning, you really just have to have faith and really look at maybe how these things have changed your life. And if you have worked with a few people, how it's made a difference in their life. But as you continue to get more and more evidence of this, it will continue to build that confidence you have around it. But once again, if you're going through and you're making these changes, like mindset changes, changes in health, like these things, they will change someone's life for the rest of their life. And that is more valuable than really anything we can spend money on. I mean, think about all the things that people spend money on that really do not make much of a difference in their life. Like, right? So coaching is so much more valuable than that. Okay, so the next thing is pricing. And pricing appropriately, okay? Do not price your programs based on what someone else is pricing. It doesn't matter what anyone else is pricing their program. I really think this is important. So I always tell my clients, does the pricing feel good? Do you feel confident in it? Can you tell someone this price and you're like, yes, this is totally worth it? That is how you want to price your program. And once again, as I was talking about with your program and getting more confident with that, the same thing is going to happen with your pricing. As you become more confident with your program and as a coach and you build your coaching skills and experience, you can raise your pricing because energetically it will be aligned as you continue to get more and more experience and your confidence grows. It really, your pricing has to be aligned with your confidence and the value of the transformation that you are providing, and also a good fit for who your ideal client is, okay? These are the different things that I really look at with my clients when we're looking at coming up with a good price. But once again, the most important thing is that it feels good to you, because if you're telling someone the price of your program and you feel like you are, I just had a client say this, gouging someone or taking their money or ripping them off, there's a problem there, right? Like if you have that energy, then you're giving off that energy. So obviously someone is not going to sign up because it's not aligned. But when you feel like this is totally worth this, like I can totally, the transformation that someone is going to get by going through this program, paying this price is going to serve them so much and it's going to be totally worth it. That is when you're able to really sell your program with ease and with confidence, and you feel good about it, and the person who's investing feels good about it too, because the energy is all aligned there, okay? So that's really important when it comes to pricing. You gotta feel good about it, okay? And then the next thing is to really be looking at the impact. I talked about this before, but I'm gonna talk about it again. The impact that your coaching has on someone's life. And I want you to be thinking about this when you are selling, and you can really switch your mindset from selling to serving, okay? And I want you to be focusing on how you can help other people and how it's going to be changing their life, instead of focusing on making money from your clients, okay? Like, of course, it's all connected, and we want to be making money in our business. Like, this is super important, but it's that exchange of energy. And I find that when I'm focused on how I can help that person in front of me, that it shifts the energy for me. It really, really does. And the more you do this and the more your confidence grows, the more you'll be able to be thinking about service and serving that person in front of you. But that's what I want you to focus on. A lot of us are focused on, what does that person think of me? What does that person think about how much I'm charging? Instead of thinking about, I can totally transform this person's life. They're going to work with me and their life is going to be better forever because of it. So a lot of us are getting focused on ourselves when we are talking to someone about working together. Once again, we're thinking about, what do they think about me? What do they think about the price? Can I really help them? You know, like all these things, instead of really focusing on the person in front of us and helping that person transform and all the ways we can help them transform and change their life for the better. So I want you to start thinking about, instead of thinking about me when I'm thinking about selling or serving, as I want to say, because I think it just feels more aligned. And there's nothing wrong. It's actually very good to be exchanging money for our services because it's energetically aligned. And when it is, our clients are going to get better results because they are invested and they feel good about investing in themselves, in something they really want and something they really believe in. When people get things for free, often they don't put in the same time and energy and they don't get the results then. So when we have a lot of skin in the game by making what feels like a large investment for us, we're much more likely to get a better result than if we're spending much less money. And I think about this like for a lot of programs that I have invested in, when it's a lower ticket price and maybe not as much support and stuff with it because of the lower price, often those things sit in my inbox and I may never even touch them or do the program. Whereas if I'm investing in something that is more support, more personalized, bigger investment, I am going to show up, I'm going to do the work, and I get better results. And that's just, I know that from experience, from myself and from a lot of clients that I've worked with, and just from the clients that my clients have worked with. Like the more someone is investing in a price point that feels like a stretch, and the more personalized and support someone gets, the better results they're going to get. So I just want you to be thinking about that, the impact, and thinking about the person in front of you and how you can support them instead of getting all stuck in your own head about, what does this person think about me? Are they judging me? Are they thinking I'm spending too much money, or I'm charging too much money for my services? That thing. Then you're all in your head and you're not thinking about the person in front of you. You're thinking about yourself. Okay. So that's number 4. Number 5 is releasing attachment about someone becoming a client. And in order to do this, I do think it's really important and very helpful to be in a good financial place when you are working on starting and building your business. If you are scraping by and you don't have enough money to cover your living expenses, that is a very stressful situation to be in, and you're going to give off desperate energy because you literally need clients to pay for your bills. That is not a good place to be in. I highly recommend when you are working on starting and building a business that your living expenses are taken care of. Whether that's through savings, whether that's through a partner, whether that's through having another job while you're working on building your business, I think that's really important. And that takes away this desperation energy. So instead, we can release attachment around people becoming clients, and we can really just go out there and once again, be open to serving people and wanting to help people and coming with that energy. And if someone becomes a client, awesome. If someone doesn't become a client, awesome. It doesn't really matter. There are literally millions of people out there in the world who could use your support. There are more than enough people. We don't have to get attached to certain people becoming clients. But in order to do that, we need to not be in a needy, desperate place. Is really important. And it just makes the energy and the journey of building your business so much sweeter when you can do it from a place of abundance and openness and not this needy energy. Okay. So I think that's really important, and not taking it personally, whether someone signs up to work with you or they don't sign up to work with you. I always, on a consult call, my goal is to get someone to a yes or a no as to whether working together is a good fit, and to whether what I have to offer is a good fit for helping someone and we both want to work together. It's not to talk someone into it. If it's not a good fit, it's not a good fit. I'd rather that go somewhere else, or I'd let them know that. And so once again, just really the purpose is to get them to like a yes or a no, this is a good fit, yes, we want to work together, and not taking it personally. It doesn't mean anything if someone says no, if they don't work with me. It's not personal. It's just maybe it's not the right time, maybe it's not the right fit, maybe they're not ready to do it, they're not ready to commit, all those different things. So when we start making everything like really personal, we're like, oh my God, this person says no, and now I'll never be successful, I'll never get clients, that's that's crazy making, and it's not what it means. It's just no for that person, and there's plenty of other people that can be yeses and that could find your services very helpful. Okay, so those are my main steps to really go from feeling maybe icky or having weird energy around selling to actually really enjoying selling, and to coming from a place of service to really wanting to help people. And that's why we're starting our business, right? Yes, we want to make money. Yes, that's super important and a huge part of it. But that comes with the value that you have to offer, and it comes from serving people and being confident in what you have to offer. When you have those pieces in place, the money will follow the service that you're offering, okay? So I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Let me know what your biggest takeaway was from today's video. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to dive deeper into the steps to building a business, I have a free training for you. It walks you through the 6 steps that keep things super simple and allows you to build a business in a way that feels authentic and aligned. No icky stuff, no silly stuff required. If you're interested in that, I will post the link below this video. I want to thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time.